103 martyrs of Korea, especially Father Andrew Kim Taegon, the first native-born priest of that country. And what a wonderful history of Father Andrew and the Catholic Church in Korea. In the mid-1800s, literature was smuggled into Korea about the Catholic faith. And at the time, Korea was very insular. They didn't let in visitors or outsiders. But some of the people began to read about the Catholic faith, and they learned about baptism. So they began to believe in Jesus and have baptism. So it was a lay-led church. And several years later, when the first missionaries came from France, the Paris Foreign Mission Society, there were already 2,000 baptized Christians. But then persecution broke out. Andrew Kim's father was put to death because of his faith. Andrew himself was baptized at age 15, and he managed to travel over 1,000 miles to Macau, part of China, and there he was educated in a seminary with Portuguese missionaries there. After 6 years, he traveled to Shanghai and was ordained a priest. And then he went back into Korea by way of Manchuria to avoid the border guards. And his task was to continue the work of the church in Korea and also try to make plans for French missionaries to come into the country. But he was arrested, put in prison, tortured, and put to death. Paul Hassan was one of the lay leaders mentioned in the liturgy today, and 103 altogether were canonized by Pope John Paul II. The church in Korea is growing by leaps and bounds. It accounts for 11% of the population, and last year there were 75,000 adult baptisms in Korea. So they say the blood of martyrs is the seed of Christians. So looking back at that heroism 150 years ago, the church is very strong in Korea. The Sisters of Charity from Seton Hill had missions over in Korea. There are many, many Sisters of Charity now serving there too. So it's a wonderful, beautiful church, growing and thriving. So we can be inspired by Father Andrew Kim Taegon and all of the companions because they were willing to give their lives for the faith. Father Andrew, in his last words to his parishioners, said, "What good is it to be a Catholic in name only and not in reality?" And so, under those times of persecution, people were very much challenged to say, "I believe," but also to push back when they were asked to deny their faith. So let's pray to St. Andrew Kim Taegon that we be strong in our faith, that we share our faith, that we could be missionary disciples and bring many, many others to the faith, to know Jesus, to love Jesus, and to live Jesus.